The echoes of our past are not just around us, they are part of us. And so they are part of the future we are building today. My grandfather was a blacksmith at Latrobe Steel, and my great-grandfather was a coal miner. Understanding our region's heritage empowers us with a sense of pride. After all, the 20th century was built from our steel. It encourages us to endure tough times with a work ethic instilled by example, and it inspires us to embrace innovative solutions and to find within us creative expressions that produce harmony amidst the toil. Hi, I'm Amy Baldineri, the new Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of Rivers of Steel. When I returned from Rome, Italy, earlier this year to accept this position, I said Rivers of Steel was probably the only organization in the region that could bring me back. And it's not just because of my passion for our region's heritage. It's because of the extraordinary way Rivers of Steel fulfills its mission. Like the steelworkers whose torch they carry, the team at Rivers of Steel is undaunted by a challenge. And in a year like 2020, when challenges seemed to be overwhelming, they responded with resiliency. After creating and implementing pandemic safety procedures, Rivers of Steel was among the first cultural organizations in the region to reopen, inviting visitors to safely explore the Carrie blast furnaces via industrial tours. Arts workshops soon followed. Then they took it a step further with the Carrie Carpool Cinema. This drive-in style movie experience not only offered moviegoers a safe, leisure activity during stressful times, it invited these new audiences in to experience mini tours of the site, which provided a chance to gain context for the National Historic Landmark they were visiting. While we were not able to hold the Festival of Combustion, Rivers of Steel's arts programs instead conceived and presented the LightPlay exhibition, a multi-sensory experience that invited audiences to intimately explore the Carrie blast furnaces at night, leading them into locations previously restricted to the public and allowing them to discover light and sound installations created by local artists, works that examine the history, culture, and physical boundaries of the site. And in a year of overdue social change, Rivers of Steel's arts-based collaborations, such as the Homestead Streetside Gallery with the Steel Valley Arts Council and the Black on Black Love, a public art action with Boom Concepts, addressed community perceptions and social justice initiatives. Unlike the Carrie furnaces, some of our attractions took a bit more time to reopen. But once we found the right mix of adaptations to ensure COVID-safe experiences, our patrons came back to those locations too. For the first time, Rivers of Steel offered regularly scheduled tours of the W.A. Young & Sons Foundry and Machine Shop, welcoming visitors to step back in time to the early 1900s to discover the artistry of handcrafted manufacturing. Then we piloted a new tour on the Explorer Riverboat, the hardest working river tour, which tells the story of the Monongahela's industrial legacy. This excursion, which also offered fall foliage views, got to the heart of Rivers of Steel's story, and we are happy to share that it will be offered seasonally in the future. One of our programs most hampered by the pandemic has been the STEM education programs on the Explorer Riverboat. The very hands-on nature of this program just doesn't align with best safe practices in a pandemic. However, our diligent educators have reworked many of these in-person experiences for virtual, in-person, and hybrid classrooms. Now students and teachers can visit the new virtual education program section of our website for free resources for in-school and at-home learning. Now our educators can also provide Zoom presentations and classroom visits when appropriate to share the lessons of environmental education, our region's heritage, and the arts to students in southwestern Pennsylvania. It's been a wild first few months on the job, but I'm so proud to be a part of the work we're doing.
And we're so glad to have you as part of the team. Thank you, Amy. Amy's right. While 2020 has been challenging, Rivers of Steel has done and continues to do what it does best, rise to a challenge. An innovative approach to programming and problem solving is part of our organization's and the region's DNA. We have always cut a different path and adapted to the changing needs of our communities. I am proud of the programs we developed and shared this year, and I am thankful for the Board of Directors, our community of friends and donors, the public agencies, and the foundations for the support we have received. That support has enabled Rivers of Steel to keep its full staff employed this year and find opportunities for our part-time staff as well. Please join us in supporting the work of Rivers of Steel this season. Your tax-deductible contribution will ensure that 2021 will be a year that Rivers of Steel continues to offer programs and projects for the benefit of Southwestern Pennsylvania and beyond. Thank you.